Hope you're having a very good Tuesday evening, folks. Meteorologist Eddie Shear with you with your weather after the weather. Go a bit more in depth as to what we can expect tonight, tomorrow, and for the next few days, really, as the weather, surprise, surprise, remains fairly active. I hope you enjoyed Pancake Day. Shifting gears a little bit, I certainly did. Made some nice pancakes for dinner. Had a little brunner, breakfast for dinner. I guess we can call it that. And it turned out pretty good. Made blueberry pancakes. I enjoyed them. Always surprised when my cooking turns out half decent. All right, jumping into the weather forecast. What do we have going on? Well, we have an area of low pressure off the coast of the eastern part of the U.S. We've got snow working its way into eastern Nova Scotia. And tonight into tomorrow morning, this low is going to track east of the Avalon Peninsula. As it does that, it's going to bring a bit of snow to us. The question is how much? Well, temperatures are cold, so precipitation type this go around not going to be an issue. We can see it's in the -5 to -6 range across the Avalon right now. Same thing on the Burin Peninsula. And these are the two areas that are going to see the snow tonight into tomorrow. Getting a look at the GFS model from Weather Belt. This is valid 2:30 in the morning, Newfoundland Daylight Time. Precipitation type in green or blue. Green is being rain, blue is snow. The darker the color, the heavier the precipitation, and the lines are isobars. Where they're closed, that's generally the low right there, and where they're closed again, but it's higher numbers, that's the high. So we've got a high in Labrador, a low off the coast of Nova Scotia, and this is essentially going to track east-southeast of the Avalon late tonight into tomorrow morning. Now, amounts with this are not going to be anything prolific. It's a fast mover. Notice as we go into the afternoon, now this is 2:30, that previous image showing generally light to moderate snowfall across the Avalon and Burin Peninsulas was for 8:30 in the morning. So jumping ahead 2 hours now, or 6 hours, this is 2:30 in the afternoon, and the low is pretty much done with. How much snow are we talking about? Not much. Looks like 5 to 10 centimeters, actually 4 to 10 centimeters for the Avalon and parts of the Burin Peninsulas. As we go north and west, those amounts drop off rather quickly. As far as the timing of everything goes, it looks like, that's not what I wanted to bring up. I'll show you that in a minute. It looks like snow will start around 5 a.m., done with by lunchtime. It's a fast mover. One, fast movers don't typically produce a lot of snow, and two, it's not a very strong low. So not a whole lot going for us if you like snow. As you can see here, amounts are going to be fairly light. And what I have here is a good chance of freezing drizzle during the afternoon. Talk more about that in a minute. And the next round of snow arrives Wednesday evening with yet another area of low pressure. They seem to be never ending. Why do I think we are going to have some freezing drizzle in the afternoon? Well, sometimes between lows, you don't get a whole lot of lift. And that's kind of where we're going to be tomorrow. We don't get a whole lot of lift, but we get some easterly winds. And that's what you see here. I've changed this map now. You see the streamlines there. We get northeast winds, which brings in moisture. And sometimes when you don't have a lot of lift around because there's not really any low pressure centers, you can get just enough lift in the low levels to generate some vertical velocity. Sometimes if it's cold enough, we'll get light snowfall. Sometimes we'll get freezing drizzle. It looks like tomorrow is a good setup for some freezing drizzle on the Avalon Peninsula during the afternoon thanks to these northeasterly winds. Now, I don't think it's going to last all that long, and here is why. We have another area of low pressure on the way in for tomorrow night, and as you can see, showing up on the bottom side of this image here, this is by 8:30 p.m. Newfoundland Daylight Time. As we go into 2:30 in the morning, that low is approaching. We are seeing snow across much of eastern Newfoundland and perhaps even some freezing rain depending on the setup across the eastern Avalon. I actually think that's a good bet tomorrow night. I think we see snow in the metro changing over to some freezing rain by Thursday morning and then eventually changing over to some showers or a lingering freezing drizzle by the daylight hours on Thursday morning. This is 8:30 in the morning. Now, as the low gets closer and temperatures kind of hover around zero, and it looks like on Thursday we will see a period of snow across central and western Newfoundland, amounts 5-10 centimeters. That really is about it. So what I want you to take away from Thursday, tomorrow night and Thursday, is it's going to be messy. Some areas are going to see a little bit of snow. Either way, it's going to be a bit more in the way of a nuisance system. Nothing we need to worry about. As we go into Friday, we'll see a low passing into Labrador. That will bring more kind of messy weather, but nothing major to the island. In fact, on Friday, it looks like the eastern side of the island may actually get quite warm during the morning, 4 or 5 degrees. But as the low passes by evening, colder air filters back in. Labrador will see widespread flurries and light snow, and things will calm down as we go into the day on Saturday. Saturday looks like a decent day. This is what you're seeing here, Saturday, 2:30 in the afternoon. Just some flurries around with the light blue. But looking ahead now, as we go into next week, let's see if we can get to Monday morning. What we're seeing there is an area of low pressure well southwest of Newfoundland. And what I'm going to do now is change the view around a bit. And you can see the low in the Gulf of Maine there. And basically, what's going to happen with this low is, as of now, this model is forecasting the low to kind of take a track skirting the coast of Nova Scotia and passing over central Newfoundland by Tuesday. If this is the case, this low is going to be a very slow mover. It looks like parts of western Newfoundland between Sunday night and Tuesday may see very heavy snowfall amounts. Still a bit early to talk about amounts, considering we're almost a week out from this thing ending, but the potential is there for a long duration heavy snowfall for western Newfoundland beginning Sunday, continuing through Tuesday. Now, there's always a chance the low tracks farther southeast or farther northwest. And if either one of those are the case, the whole forecast changes drastically. But as of now, this looks like the case, and this model has been actually a bit consistent with that track for the last couple of days. So let's keep an eye on that. But that looks like the potential next major storm in the pipeline. Between now and then, though, things are actually going to be, I wouldn't say calm, but relatively easy to forecast. So getting a look at your extended forecast over the next couple of days. We'll pull up the one for eastern Newfoundland if we can. Sorry, I got to do that. Pull up the one for eastern Newfoundland. Again, tomorrow, some morning snow, afternoon freezing drizzle. Looks like snow developing again Wednesday evening, ending as some freezing rain or rain as we go into Thursday morning. Highs near 0 on Thursday. Friday morning, we're up to near 5 with that low cutting west. Showers changing to flurries. Looks like some flurries on Saturday, and watching that potential storm as we go into Sunday. As of now, looks like that will bring rain to Newfoundland. Central western areas, light snow flurries on Thursday. Same thing Friday. Saturday looking quiet, and watching the potential for some afternoon snow developing on Sunday. If the low takes a track the model was just showing, looks like that would change over to a mix Sunday night or Monday for central and stay snow for much of western Newfoundland as we go into Monday and possibly even Tuesday. And into Labrador, things are quiet luckily for the next few days. Temperatures cold, though, minus 35 to 37 in western Labrador overnight tonight. Thursday, Friday, some flurries. Saturday, Sunday looking nice but still cold. Into Labrador, the coastal areas, looking at some flurries on Thursday, some light snow Friday, more flurries on Saturday, and then a bit colder but sunny for Sunday. Speaking of Labrador, check out some of these snowfall reports between yesterday and today. Cartwright, 94 centimeters. 94 centimeters, 2 days. That trounces anything we saw in the Atlantic provinces. I should say the Maritime provinces with that blizzard, but you don't hear a whole lot of that mentioned. 94 centimeters. Snowfall on the ground in Cartwright, 245 centimeters right now. That's ridiculous. That's just absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this weather after the weather. Got a bit more in depth as to what we can expect over the next couple of days. If you have any questions, you can put them on my Facebook wall. Just leave them below. I will get to them. Same thing on YouTube if you're watching this there, or on Twitter, or any other social media outlet you can find this on. Hope you have a great night. See you on NTV tomorrow.